Hello, my name is Marie Giroux. Today I will be presenting my final paper on developmental education as an initiative for community colleges' answer to student success. Community colleges, as an extension of K-12, has been plagued with the responsibility of preparing students to be college and career ready. Data has demonstrated that on the national level, 1.7 million students are placed in remediation before beginning college-level courses. Amongst those, 40% actually complete their preliminary coursework. Public policy is the catalyst that drives the decision of most community colleges. They hold the community colleges accountable for producing data to demonstrate the efficacy of their programs towards student success despite their socioeconomic challenges. One of the most recent strategies is the implementation of the 2010 Big Ideas introduced by the New Jersey Council for Community Colleges. The Big Idea initiative promotes sustainability, improve the quality of education, and increase student success. Colleges are pressured to produce data. One of the best and expedient methods to doing so is through the development of certificates of completion, which attracts students to the programs and leads to creation of these certificates and graduation. However, students are often found to be unprepared for college life and are placed into developmental courses. Originally, community colleges focused on creating opportunities for students to answer to four-year institutions. Today, they not only focus on transferring, but also on general education, workforce readiness, community service, and developmental education. Now, I'd like to talk about some of the strategies that the community colleges and public activists are actually working on towards these initiatives. Let's begin with the Common Core standards. The Council of Chief State School Officers and the National Governors Association Center for Best Practices decided back in 2009 to align the K-12 curriculum with that of community colleges. All stakeholders were involved, including teachers, school administrators, and policymakers. The initiative was designed with the goal of providing educators with a clear and consistent framework. Using the English curriculum as an example, one can see that the standards will need to be aligned with the Common Core to ensure all students receive the rigorous and systematic curriculum they need to be college ready and to take college-level English courses. Another initiative demonstrates that the need to continue developmental education is the Partnership for Assessment of Readiness for College and Careers, otherwise known as PARC. The initiative was developed in response to the concerns of educators, parents, and employers regarding students' ability to demonstrate critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Currently under development by 19 states, a computer-based K-12 exam is under development. The PARC exam will assess both English and math skills and are aligned with the Common Core state standards. The core belief of the PARC exam is that it will enhance teaching and learning, ensure that students are college and career ready, and will serve as early indicators to provide instructors with timely information to identify students who are at risk of failing. We must be mindful that the PARC exam assesses students and not instructors. It assesses students' readiness for matriculation into credit-bearing courses and provides instructors with a tool to calibrate their assessment with learning. ECC is located in the urban setting of Newark with a diverse population. They have a 5% 3-year graduation rate and 13 and 14 4- and 5-year graduation rate respectively. ECC is the epitome of a community college in need of strong defense for continued remediation. Students come to ECC with very limited English and math skills. To address mathematics, ECC introduces concepts that focus on math objectives that relate to their field of studies. They provide open math labs and invite faculty to assist students in their spare time. The English department introduces 3 levels of English. One level addresses native students who have been educated in the U.S., another addresses students with limited English proficiency, and the third addresses native English speakers who are proficient and ready for college level English in the U.S. Moving on to Union County College as an example. They are a competitor to ECC, which means that they share a similar demographics. They have a graduation rate of 6% for 3 years. UCC has opted to minimize their developmental education course offerings, but have found the need to continue to address the needs of their underprepared students. Therefore, they work in collaboration with Union County high schools to assess students in their junior and senior years. Upon enrollment at UCC, students are tracked while taking remediation courses concurrently with college-level courses in their majors. The County College of Morris is located in the suburban township of Randolph, New Jersey. They assist their students using the AccuPlacer, which is the most commonly used assessment tool used in higher education. In 2013, the intent was to identify students for a more accelerated path towards completion. Both weak and strong students would take English 025. Today, facing the challenges of accelerating students despite the fact that they are not college ready, CCM instituted an English 022 to replace the English 025, which runs for 3 weeks and permits students to register for English Comp 101. As a late start class in the same semester, both remediation and English Comp are taken concurrently. The initiative has resulted in an 88% success rate, and students are able to move through the sequence at a much faster pace. In a different demographic setting, we find Warren County College, located in rural Washington, New Jersey. Students are evaluated during the first 2 weeks of class using AccuPlacer as well. Again, the most commonly used platform for assessing students amongst community colleges. The result of these assessments yield a large enrollment of students in remediation courses. Students who demonstrate to be college ready are reassessed and are transitioned into English Comp 1. Data has demonstrated that students who do not take developmental courses perform and complete their studies at the same rate as those who do complete their studies during the traditional methods. This further supports policymakers' request for community colleges to discontinue or reduce their developmental education course offerings. In defense of the continued support for developmental education, it is pertinent for all stakeholders to understand the urgency for developmental education programs. It is important to revisit the history of community colleges, consider the inequities that have contributed to the unpreparedness of students to be college and career ready. They are to consider the mission of community colleges as open access institutions to provide developmental education. They should consider the efforts at the national level with developmental programs such as PARC and the Common Core state standards at the state level. All of these initiatives are designed to respond to the perpetuating need that drives the goals and objectives of the community colleges. This need is and always will be to educate members of the community who come to us with socioeconomic challenges. Thank you for entertaining this particular paper and discourse on the continuing efforts and the need that community colleges have for pursuing developmental education. Thank you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to add them onto our discussion board in Canvas.